Today we've had a really great show.
It's been fun.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's nice and kind of just chill. We've been talking about E3. We've been talking about movies. We're back to video games again. Thank goodness. I love movies.
We need to focus more on movies now that we've really have focused a lot on games recently. So we'll have to go out. I really want to see Inside Out. I keep calling it Inside Out. Inside Out. I really want to see. I really want to see Terminator. There's a few other ones that are out now that we really just go see. So we'll have to go see those.
Yeah.
But we're going to be talking about E3. We're going to talk about who we think is the best at E3, some games we loved at E3. We were at E3, so if you have questions for us, Arthur, why don't you give them the info?
Yeah, please call in. We'd love to hear from you. So you can call us locally at 801-254-5855, or if you're not local, call us at 1-888-919-2355. We'd love to hear from you, so please. Yeah. And also, what does LKR stand for? Anyone.
All right, so...
get to the job.
Get to the job. That's our theme for
okay.
tonight. Cool. So, E3. We went to E3. It was awesome, Arthur, wasn't
Dream come
it?
true.
It was seriously the coolest. It was as cool as everyone said it would be, and some. I mean, we were surrounded by some of my favorite YouTubers. We played some of the games we were super excited about. Really. I mean, what were some of your favorite games you got to play, Arthur?
I don't necessarily have a favorite game that I played, but I'm a huge fan of indie games or games that try to do something different. Really enjoyed Cuphead.
Cuphead was awesome. Which, speaking of Cuphead, we also got to do interviews with these developers.
We did.
So we have a hilarious interview with the Cuphead developers, who are brothers.
It's so great. I love these guys.
It's a great interview. You guys should check it out. JWAT Production, YouTube.com/user/JWAT Productions, or just type JWAT Productions in the search bar. You'll find it. Super funny interview. One of my favorite interviews we did there. Sorry, but keep going. I wanted to say
Apparently, it's not LKR, it's IKR. I know, right?
Oh, Arthur.
See, I don't
you
know,
simpleton.
man.
Continue.
I just wanted to know that. Thanks,
Get with the
Manuel.
times.
What were we talking about? I don't know.
Cuphead.
Yeah, we'll definitely send that link, because what I loved about being there is we'd go like, hey, that game looks interesting, and like we'll make a comment like, I wonder like who are the developers, and they'll be like, oh, I'm the developer. You're like, oh.
Yeah, there was a time where I was going to play Super Hot, which was actually one of my favorite games. I was sitting there waiting in line to have it played, and someone left, and so I was going to walk up and play it, and I turned to this guy sitting next to him and was like, "Oh, do you want to play it?" And he's like, "No, it's okay. I made the game." And I was like, "Ooh, whoops, sorry there, buddy." It was crazy because it was so cool to have, like, we were playing Ark, and like the creators of Ark were standing there showing us how to play the game. I got to play Mad Max, and one of the people that worked on it was showing me how to play the game. It was so cool. Like, it was weird, but it was cool.
Yeah, well, it's like these developers are the unsung heroes. I mean, let's face it, they don't get a lot of... they don't get a ton of attention.
Right.
But, I mean, they work hard, and they really put a lot of love into this stuff. And, you know what I loved is playing this game called King's Quest, which is kind of a remake of a classic, or maybe reboots more appropriate, of a classic adventure game, point-and-click type game. And, like, what's great is like, I smile, and then to see them watch me, it sounds weird when I say it, but, like, you can tell that all they want is people to like their game.
Yeah.
And it makes them so happy.
Speaking of, Total Warhammer.
Exactly.
So we got to go see with press is you schedule. So this is how it works. So when we submitted for press, we got tons of interviews. Or tons of interviews. You got tons of emails of people begging us basically to come and try their game, which was awesome. How cool would that be to get those kind of interviews or those kind of emails? So we got one for Total Warhammer. I didn't know too much about it, so I went in kind of new. And I know it's a series that's been going on for quite a while. They just teamed up with what was it called?
Wow.
The guys behind the new Alien Isolation movie. Movie.
Is it CI? Oh.
We'll look it up for you. I know it's like a big A and a G or something like that. But what was cool about it, so we watched an exclusive gameplay type thing. Like they played it in front of us, and it's something that no one's seen quite yet. And it was awesome. I got to say, I really loved what they showed. But like during it, we were like, we were just reacting how we would as nerdy gamers would. And to be fair, we were sitting next to people that were like taking notes and sitting there like kind of like
so
they've done
jaded.
this. Yeah, they were so jaded. They was like they've never done this, or maybe they've done it a million times.
Probably.
And I hope we never get like that because yeah. So we watched it, and then after we watched it, one of the ladies came up to us. Who was a fox? She came up to us and she. Sorry, I had to point that out. No, I wish not. But she came up to us and she was like, "Hey, we noticed that you really seem to enjoy the game. We wonder if you could do a Voxer to the entire development team so that they can know how you felt about the game." And it was so cool. So she got out her phone, and then we did this Vox to the entire development team saying how we thought about the game, and that was so cool to do. It was just, you're right. They really want to care about what. I'm not saying everybody does.
Well, I think the developers do. Maybe the publishers not so much.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. They care about the money, maybe, and we can't say that about everybody.
No. I mean, it's a business. I get it.
Sadly.
They have to make money, but
right.
But
which might be why you like indie games so much, is because they don't have to worry about that.
Well, the sad thing is sometimes indie games don't make any money.
Yeah, that is sad.
But they're great games, and you want them to be successful, but it's not always, It's a hard thing to get into, I think.
So some of the games I really enjoyed, I loved Cuphead. I loved Super Hot. I also got to play
Super Hot.
Okay, Super Hot's really sweet. So basically, I mean, you'll have to look it up because it's really hard to explain. But you're in this world. Everything's completely white. The bad guys are basically just these humans, but they're like objects.
They're like crystals.
They're red. They're shooting at you. So you got to dodge their bullets and you got to shoot them. But here's the thing. Everything is super slow-mo until you take steps. As soon as you take steps, the world goes fast again. So when you're not moving, like you can turn, I believe.
Yeah, turning doesn't seem to increase
but when you walk, the world speeds up again. Yeah. And that was so fun. I was so addicted to that game, and it was so funny because someone would shoot and you would take like one step back and then watch the bullet zoom.
It was
so
great.
Fun. And then it was cool because it was like an action puzzle game with slow-mo time, which was really fun. I really liked that. Was probably one of my favorite games.
Favorite part of that game is because the whole world's white or red, but you can see the reflection of their red buttons on the wall. So you'd have to turn around looking for
glows.
Lights.
Yeah, that was a good way.
I thought that was a really cool idea.
Yeah.
And I can't wait more and what else in store with that game.
Right. Another game I didn't really get to talk about when we were talking about E3 earlier is I got to play Mad Max. I've been really worried about Mad Max just because and like we didn't really get to play much of the story. It was just game mechanics, so we can't really say that. But I was just worried about. They put so much emphasis on vehicle battles, but I got to tell you, it's awesome. It's new. It was cool. Like what they had us do is take down a convoy of bad guys, and what I did was I would drive up next to one, smash it enough that the door of the driver would come off, and then they would take out a spear and then spear the guy and then throw him out the driver's side, and that's how I could got rid of one. Or you can shoot out the back of them, which exposed their tank, and you can shoot them. Yeah, it was awesome. And another great thing about Mad Max, it's gorgeous.
Yes, it is.
It's completely desert, so that's kind of weird to say, but they did a really good job of setting
like
the tone.
Desert.
You think the desert's pretty?
We grew up in the desert.
I guess that's
you got to
true.
get used to it, right?
Yeah, I guess that's true. So it was really fun. It was really interesting, and yes, the mechanics do seem a little bit like Batman, or the action combat does seem a little bit like Batman. You counter with Y, you push X, to fight and punch. But overall, it was a really awesome game. So I was pretty excited about that. And like I said, we already talked about it. I played Rainbow Six and Ghost Recon. And Assassin's Creed.
What was that? Was that Assassin's Creed?
No, great. Now Lauren's going to call in. But, what other... Oh, and then I got to play So my favorite game was probably Super Hot, to be honest. Don't get me wrong, I really liked Ghost Recon, but I also got to play Star Fox. And we got to play 2-player Yoshi's Woolly World.
Yeah,
that was fun. And we got little Yoshi patches,
yes,
which was so cool. So cool. What'd you think about Mario Maker? You got to play that. You were really excited about that. And I know we talked about it a tad, but what'd you think about it playing it?
So for me, I only played a little of it because like I watched enough of it to know what I needed to know. And what I know is it gives you complete creative freedom to make the most sadistic, evil levels you could possibly imagine.
Exactly.
I mean, what's cool about Mario Maker is that you don't just edit Mario levels; they make editing the levels fun. Like, because that's Nintendo. Because they can't just make a Mario editor. No, they have to make that a game as well. And so, like, it's funny because like you shake things. Like you take one of those Koopas on the cloud shell, and you shake him, and then he falls off the cloud, and, and just like little things like that, and like you can make a gun that shoots fish, like, and I'm just trying to think of all the evil things I can do to trick players. You're like, okay, maybe if I have a bunch of question mark blocks, but I only put enemies in them, and then I hide the power ups.
That's fun.
You know what I mean?
That's a good idea.
It just like, I cannot wait to start messing with that game. Like,
And
it is gonna be
I know
great.
we kind of bashed on amiibos a little bit ago, but one of my favorite things is that you can use amiibos and become the characters. So like one of the demos, it was the same demo where you turned into Link.
Yeah.
So you turn into 8-bit Link, which is really cool. And I think if I ever, I am going to get Mario Maker. I have a Wii U. I'm going to get it. When I do get it, I'll probably get a Link amiibo. I only get one amiibo.
Oh, he's buying
and that's
an
just,
amiibo.
And that's just me, guys. I'm not trying to diss on anyone who likes amiibos, because Nintendo is awesome about collecting, and amiibos are, I already spent a ton of money on games, so I can't. I would rather buy games than amiibos. No offense against those who don't, but I'll probably get a Link amiibo so that I could play as Link. I just think that'd be super fun to play around in there, and I think that's a cool little thing to do.
I agree.
To
It's
for
cool.
that. So. Cool. What other games did we really enjoy? We really liked Horizon.
Zero Dawn.
Zero Dawn. Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, Horizons. That's kind of a weird title, I thought.
It
But
is.
Regardless, it's for those of you that don't know, it's a Sony game. It's basically, it looks like it's post-apocalyptic,
Super post-apocalyptic.
but like at the same time, you've got these giant robot dinosaurs kind of roaming the land. So like, there's a lot.
But I don't know if they're necessarily. I don't know if you could label them as dinosaurs. Some of them are like
They look
creatures.
kind of like dinosaurs.
Nah, but
They're
some
not
of them-
actual dinosaurs.
Some of them look like cows, or some of them look like birds.
I'm just generalizing,
But some are giant creatures
yeah,
of some kind.
They're kind of monsters, but they're not all evil looking. But they're
Some of them
robots.
don't even look like they attack you. They'll just run away from you.
It's a really unique visual, and I don't know much.
It
about
looks
it,
open world. I don't know if
Yeah,
it is,
I'm
but
not
I'm
sure.
I'm assuming.
but I loved the visuals.
I gotta say too, along with really strong female characters, I am also very very excited about how many games are going open world. I think it's a really good idea, and I think it's honestly, I'm such a huge fan of open world games. It just gives you, to me, it gives you one of the purest experiences of video games. Like when you're limited. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of good games that you were limited, and you had a good time. For some reason, Beautiful Joe came to mind. I thought that was great. That was a great
Sure,
game.
yeah.
A lot of indie games are open world, but they're super fun. And so,
It depends on the type of game. I
not
mean,
every game needs to be open world. I'm glad Mad Max is. I'm very glad that what was the other game we were talking about? Open world. Well, Horizon.
Ghost Recon.
Ghost
Hitman.
Recon. I still need to see more about that. Apparently, Hitman. I'm a huge Hitman fan. We didn't really get to see anything. Apparently, they're going to announce, or they're going to show. Oh no, they did show some gameplay footage. I forgot about that. They did show some gameplay footage. It's where he's like, sneaking in. Yeah, they did show some gameplay
Man,
footage.
I watched like we've talked about this. Like we've watched so many videos over the past couple weeks. Like I almost don't know where Just Cause starts and Mario Maker begins. Like
They're the same game in his mind.
you're like, wait, so in Mario, you blow up buildings with, I don't know anymore.
Yeah,
But,
with helicopters or something like that.
But yeah.
No, it's interesting. It's I've really enjoyed it. I really thought E3 was awesome, and it's funny because a lot of people have come up to us and been like, "So E3, man, it just wasn't as good as it was in the years before." But to us, we're like, we went there. It was amazing.
It was kind of amazing. Yeah.
I mean, it could have been, but we don't know because we kind of have that hype of we went. It was awesome. So
and you know, that being said, I mean, it's one thing to sit and watch press conferences for hours, which we did see the game.
We've always done that, by the way.
Yeah, we always watch the press conferences. The great thing is like if you watch them after the fact, you can fast forward through stuff.
Sure.
For example, if you're
EA.
there, you gotta just watch it.
Right, exactly.
But yeah, we went to the gaming con conference.
We did PC
gaming.
Yeah,
sorry.
gaming con. Gaming con hasn't happened yet.
Man,
you can tell we're at the last hour here.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, the PC Gamer Show. I mean, we were a part of history. It was one of the very first ones, or not one of. It was the very first
for
one.
E3. I mean, they do PC stuff at different venues, but it just hasn't had a great presence.
Yeah,
like defined presence.
I hope they keep doing it. I think it was a good
I would
idea.
like to.
I think if anything, it'll give more attention to PC, which is funny because really PC, and maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong, but PC was like one of the first gaming ever. I mean, it wasn't, and yet we have all these attention to consoles.
PC's always been a big part of gaming, but it just doesn't get as much attention as the
Which
consoles.
is so funny. Like
yeah,
that.
it's weird that way. Do
So
we have
it
a
looks,
caller?
I think we have a caller.
Oh,
All right, let's take a caller.
sorry for the
All right.
whole time.
All right, caller, you're on Game and Movie Empire.
Hey guys, this is Sonic Toast.
Hey,
Hey!
Sonic
Great.
Toast.
Sorry if I deafened you. How are you doing?
Good.
It's good to hear from you, man. So just so everyone else knows, this is Sonic Toast. He was on the show, let's see, back in February?
I don't know.
January?
Been that long already?
I don't remember, but we need to get you back on, bro.
Yeah,
How are
for
things
sure.
been for you?
Pretty good.
Good. I've
Sounds
been
like
watching
you guys
all your
been doing well.
videos.
Good, thanks.
So what's up? What you got for us tonight?
Well, just been listening to what you guys were saying at E3,
Uh-huh.
and honestly, a huge thing that we cannot forget is the Nintendo World Championship.
Oh, totally.
Yes.
To me, that was just amazing.
It was awesome that they would bring it back. That was really smart of them to do.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to watch it all?
Honestly, I was just blown away. I started streaming it. You know, it's just my kids and me watching it, and
Awesome.
we were completely sucked in. Next thing, like my wife was making fun of me when I told her I wanted to watch it. Like, you know, how can Nintendo be competitive? Next thing you know, she's totally sucked in watching it. We're all like rooting for the players. We're all jumping up and down. My wife's sister walks in. She gets sucked in. She's totally into it. My wife's other sister comes with her boyfriend. They get sucked in. Like, we're all just cheering for it. Like, that championship made E3 for me. That was E3. Like,
That was it. It was seriously a very smart thing for them to do, and a lot
Yeah.
of people, you know, a general feeling is that maybe that Nintendo didn't have as many things as to show off, but really, I really liked that they did really focus on Mario for one because it's his 30th birthday, but then also like the players. They really focused on players. They really kind of like E3 and stuff like that. It was super cool. How did you feel like it turned out? How did you like the end and who won?
At first I was actually cheering for the other guy, rooting for him, like the underdog. But in the end, the guy who won, he really deserved it.
Gotcha.
Like, he was just a magnificent player, and got to commend him for that.
I wish they would have announced it a little sooner, just because it would have been nice to have like tons of Utah people, like Sonic Toast. Just saying, next time they do this, I think you should go.
Yeah.
I think you would be quite a competitor. So.
I wanted to contend, but the preliminaries weren't even in Utah. There were only a couple of states.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there was only like 8 locations in the entire country where they held preliminaries, and like 3 of them were in California. So.
Oh, I see. I didn't know that. You knew that, Arthur. It seemed
didn't
like.
know that.
Oh, okay. So we didn't even know about that, huh?
It was kind of a surprise to me, but yeah, I think it's cool.
So it can't technically be the World Championships because it doesn't look like not a lot of people got to do it.
Yeah, just select city championships.
Yeah, the select city championships. But still, it's awesome that they did
cool.
that.
It is.
It's cool that they had some exclusive things with that as well. And I got to tell you, Sonic Toast, one of my favorite things about Nintendo is every game you went and played, they gave you something. How awesome is that?
Really?
No one else did that. Everyone
little
else
pins and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, sure, like if you passed Sony, they'd hand you a lanyard or something. But like, yeah, you went and played Yoshi's Woolly World. They gave you a little patch of Yoshi, and he's like crocheted. It is super cool. And I know that's something you'd be super interested in. It's just cool that they would do that for the people playing their games. Like, no, you don't have to do that, but they did.
Yeah.
So that was really
looking at how much Nintendo merchandise just flies off the shelves, I guess they know what their fans want.
Yep. How is your collection going on? Speaking of that, how is that holding up?
Oh boy, I was just on eBay looking at Amiibo as I was listening to this radio show.
What do you think about that Yoshi Amiibo?
Yeah. Oh, the fuzzy ones.
Yeah, like the yarn ones.
Yeah, a lot of people are very positive about them. Personally, I'm not crazy. I kind of would prefer just for the traditional, figurine looking thing, rather than having this whole variety. But I'll still give it a try, see if it's good.
You got to get it, right? I mean,
I'll get at least one, but knowing me, I'd probably just get hooked on it and buy all the different colored Yoshis.
I get you. Are you a Star Fox fan at all?
Oh, I love those games. Yeah.
So, what did you think of the new Star Fox?
I felt like the presentation was magnificent with the puppets. Where the Nintendo reps turn into Star Fox characters.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was so cool.
That was sweet.
To announce it,
that was
with
cool.
Muppets.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then their accents are, hey, Fox, do a bell wool.
Yeah, right.
I show you something better than a bell wool. Oh, it was just awesome. It was hilarious. And the game itself, I felt like it really did deliver. This is kind of what we were looking for. And I know some people are complaining that it's going to be like a prequel, that they're not building on the past stories they've been building up for the last, 20 years.
Uh-huh.
But, I think it looks great. I think it looks like it could be a lot of fun.
It was really and I got to play it, and it was super fun. The cool thing is, and I'm not sure if it's been a while since I've played a Star Fox game, but one of the cool things is when I was facing this I was facing this boss towards the end of the level of the demo that we were playing, and what was cool is like there wasn't just one way to kill the boss. Like you could destroy a section of this huge ship, and then you could fly inside the ship and change into the little walking dude, and then you could go inside of the core and actually fight him that way, which was really cool that they made it like multiple different ways and things like that. So
I do wonder, back in the N64 version of Star Fox, if you do a level one way and you can do it another way, you get either mission accomplished or mission complete. Accomplished is better than complete.
I think that's what it was.
I wonder if that'll be the difference on which way you defeat the boss, or alternate routes and everything.
You'll be pretty proud of me, Sonic Toast, because I was the number one player on the game that I played. I had the top score for at least until close to the I didn't get to check the very last third day, but I was pretty excited about that.
I am so proud right now.
I learned from the best. I learned from the best, so awesome, man. Any other last impressions you had for E3 there, or Nintendo or whatever?
You just want to bring up, a lot of people have been giving Nintendo flack for their digital event presentation.
Uh-huh.
I think it was pretty bad. I somewhat agree with that. It could have been better, but I just feel like with the World Championships, the Smash Brothers broadcast they did that same day, and releasing all this stuff the day of,
I
just think they really did great, and a lot of people aren't seeing that.
Yeah, I think people were just upset that they didn't show Zelda, but they told us that they weren't going to show any Zelda.
Yeah.
So,
they told us months ago,
Yeah, so you can't be upset about that. And, maybe they were like, well, maybe they were just lying. But it's like, come on. Like, enjoy what they have. We're going to get Star Fox, which means once we get Star Fox, we're going to get Zelda. So, pretty excited about that. So,
And, people murmuring about Animal Crossing. They wanted a new Animal Crossing, but it's going to be like a Mario Party type game.
Yeah.
But what I hear the rumors are, the game is actually going to be free. You just download the game for free, and then to actually play it, you need to buy the amiibos.
Oh.
Which, for someone like me, I don't really care for Animal Crossing, but I was going to buy the amiibos anyway, so that's awesome for me.
Yeah, no, for sure. That actually would be kind of nice because I guess I wouldn't mind spending money on amiibos if it was something for a free game. That makes
Right.
a little more sense to me.
Plus, those amiibos will be compatible with Mario Maker also.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. I'm so excited to play. Like I was telling him, I think I think I'll start buying. I'll at least get the Link amiibo so that I could play Link in Mario Maker. I think that'd be so fun.
Yeah, well, you better snatch him up before he's gone. He might already be gone.
Oh, that's true, right? Maybe I should get it soon. Do we have a release date for Mario Maker?
I don't know.
September 11th.
Is it?
It is.
Ah, see, you the guy who should know. Awesome.
Of course you would know.
Well, Sonic, it's been awesome talking to you. We really need to hook up. I know we keep trying to plan a time so we can make some fun videos, but we'll just have to set up a time and make it happen, okay?
Very cool. All right, well, keep up the good work, guys.
All right, you too, man. Thank you so much.
Good night. Take care. Bye. Good night.
Yeah, Sonic Toast, he's super awesome. Big presence on YouTube. If you guys don't know about him, he's all about Nintendo. He does some awesome videos about that. Check him out. Just go on YouTube and type in Sonic Toast, and he's the first thing that comes up because he's got some awesome content on there. Really good friend of us here at the Game and Movie Empire. Yeah, we'll have to have him on sometime soon. So,
how we doing on time?
We're good, man. We still have quite a little bit,
cool,
30 minutes or so. But so what are some really good things? So yeah, Mad Max, so fun. King's Quest, so fun.
Yeah, I just want to mention King's Quest real quick.
And we should talk about Ghost Warrior. We should talk about that a little bit.
What I liked about King's Quest is it's I forget who's making this particular game, but like they're definitely learning from Telltale, which obviously Telltale isn't the first people to make an adventure game, but I like to see how other people are kind of taking what Telltale has done and doing it on their own.
I'm really a big fan of episodic games. Yeah. Like I think that's a great idea, and I think people should keep doing that. Like I love Telltale. There was another episodic game that I played recently.
Oh shoot!
I did just buy
the one with the time travel and the one by the people that made Remember Me.
Wait, are you talking about the same game as me? Are we talking about My Life or something like that?
Strange.
Yeah, My Life is Strange.
Yeah, My Life. There we
Life
go.
is
we
Strange
got it.
or something
Life
like that.
is Strange.
Well, I haven't played that one. But there's
hard.
another one that was episodic, but I can't remember what it was.
I can't think of one.
But I like it. I think Epic.
I like it because I can be like, okay, it's 5 episodes. I can play one a night and beat it in a couple weeks, and like I don't have to think about it. I mean, I've only got so much time in a day and stuff, and like if I can like, it's nice to know I can beat a game in a reasonable amount of time and enjoy it.
I like it, and it just leaves you. The reason why we like stories is that, like movies, the reason I like TV shows is that, I like cliffhangers. I like that once I end, that I'm like, oh, there's more. Like I kind of like that style of that style of thing. So I hope more people do that. Well, it sounds like they are.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean,
now I don't want to pay for a game and then wait a year and a half to play the next episode.
Sure.
So please don't do that.
Which is kind of how like Broken Age did it. But I mean, I paid for the game and then waited for the second half to be complete before I even started it.
Okay. Well, but I hear
guy.
that game's like awesome.
Broken Age is awesome, but man, it had some weird puzzle logic.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, but really, overall, you liked it, didn't you?
Yeah, I liked it. It had a cool universe, cool style, great voice acting. But let's see, what else? What did I want to talk about?
While you're thinking about it, go ahead. You figured it out. Go ahead.
So I wanted to talk a little about Warhammer Total War Warhammer. So, like, for those of you that are familiar with other Total War games, we're talking huge, big, massive battles between big armies. Real-time strategy games, but also turn-based, overworld kind of. But yeah, I guess you know what it is or you don't. But Warhammer, I love the visual style of.
I'm very excited about that. And I was actually checking out the previous one. I can't remember the title, but I was checking out the newest one, not the one that's
Total
about to
War
come out.
or Warhammer?
What?
So, are you referring to Total War, like
The
Napoleon,
series.
or?
What are you talking
they're-
about?
So, just for clarification, Warhammer is a series. Total War is a series. Two separate series. So
And now
one
they're
is based
coming
in
together.
one is based in reality. One is complete
What is going
fantasy.
on with my life?
Well, we could talk about this later. We have to have the Warhammer Total War talk, so we'll save that for later. It's really not for children.
Okay, but Total War is the series.
Yeah,
Warhammer's what?
a separate series, but they're merging together.
Ah, well then I don't know what I looked at. But either way, it
Well,
was
was
massive.
it fantasy? Was
No.
it fantasy? Okay, so you looked at Total War.
Okay, I'm pretty sure it was Total War. But yeah, it was pretty cool to see the massive scale and like I think and the game's still like $40, but I'm really
Probably
excited for
Attila.
that.
You're probably talking about Attila,
Why not?
and it doesn't matter. But yeah, what I liked about Warhammer is just great art style. But there's so much
Detail was cool too.
tons of detail, really cool personality. Because there was this giant arachnarok,
Spider.
something like that.
Right, the spider?
Yeah, this giant spider, and you've got all these orcs with bows, or maybe they're goblins, I don't know. But and it eats people, eats them, spits out.
Well, I
the
love that
shield.
you could shoot like the orc or the goblin or whatever, and you could control him for a while. That was awesome.
There's this little goblin that goes in a cannon, and he shoots himself out of a cannon and glides and then explodes. It's so great. I mean,
that was super awesome.
just really cool looking, and they haven't really released any actual gameplay yet. But the gameplay,
well, we saw gameplay.
yeah, we saw gameplay, and it looked very promising, very, very fun, very cool.
So another interview we got to do was with Sniper 3 Ghost Warrior?
Yeah.
Ghost Warrior Sniper 3. I don't know, one of those two. What was really cool about that, and we have an interview with one of the developers. It's on our YouTube channel. Basically, it's like an open world sniper game, which is really interesting. Yeah. We got to play a level, and it was super cool, super detailed. It was done on the CryEngine.
CryEngine.
It was the CryEngine. Ah, see, I was right. So it was super cool, super detailed. What's fun about it is you kind of have this Witcher type thing if you've played The Witcher, and basically what it is you see footprints and you can analyze the footprints and you can say what they're doing, what their job is, if they're being careful so that you know that there's mines around. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, we had a really cool interview about that, and we actually got to play it, which was nice. A lot of the things that the press things we went to, we went to DSX press and we got to see gameplay footage, which at the time no one's seen, but I guess they released it later.
They released it now.
Okay, so but I mean we didn't really get to play it, which actually happened a lot. We just saw footage or saw something, or we watched somebody play it and no one, they haven't shown anybody else. So it was, but so with this sniper game, it was cool because we actually got to play it and see firsthand. And you can check out the interview there. But yeah, it kind of felt like Far Cry. I mean, one of the developers worked on Far Cry.
Yeah, he was the narrative
for the DLC.
Yeah.
So he's dealt with that. But it's open world. You have to track down your targets. You have to find out when they're going to be at places, kill them. You have to. Yeah. There's a good story apparently, and there's some RPG elements where you have to decide who to
will
betray.
Live and who dies.
Exactly. So that's kind of cool.
But it's not like a super overpowered action game. It's more methodical, strategic. You have to be very careful and thoughtful about
right. And you have to judge on distance and because it's basically it is a sniper simulator. You have to judge on distance and wind, and you have to turn the little knobs on the scope to adjust to what's going on.
But it's not crazy.
Yeah.
It's just you just have to think about it. You can't just point your gun and shoot someone. You got to be just more.
Yeah,
thoughtful.
we were talking to one of the game developers, and not talking, but we were playing with one of the game developers, and we were about to leave, and I was just like, I just want to shoot one more person, and the guy was like, okay, let's do it. So he was super far away, and I was like, I can't shoot him, and he's like, shoot right here. And it was a little to the left of him, so I went a little to the left, shot, and got him, and I thought it was kind of cool. It was kind of awesome. I felt like I don't know, any cool sniper movie.
Yeah, I like that stuff. I think it's way cool.
I think it'll be a cool game. I mean, we'll see. I mean, it looked amazing. So, and it's going to come out for PS4 and Xbox One, and I
Pretty much
think PC. He said, but not till next year. So we'll see about that. That'd
waiting,
be cool.
yeah.
Another interview we got was with Ark.
Yeah,
the
dinosaur riding game.
Yeah, training/riding game. And actually, I looked up online some videos of what people have created. People have gone pretty crazy with that game, like creating their own like barracks and stuff like that. Like I was watching this video, and they created their own barracks type or home, or I don't know what you call it.
Well, I mean, barracks is for soldiers, so
I don't know what it was. So it's their home. It's where they store everything.
Sure.
And that's kind of like the purpose, is so that you can last for a while. But what was cool is like guys were coming to attack. So like another neighbor place was coming to attack. And basically it was like, release the raptors. And then the raptors came and attacked them. Oh, it was so cool.
I'll have to watch that.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. So we
it's
got to
crazy.
interview him. Go ahead.
Well, I'm so impressed by what people are able to do, especially when you give people the freedom to kind of play around in the sandbox kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, because I guess I would have never thought, like, when you just said release the raptors, like, that is such a clever, cool thing. But,
Yeah.
like, I wouldn't have thought of it myself.
Yeah.
But, you know.
What the guy who I interviewed from Ark was saying is, you can train to ride them, you can train to be guard dogs, you can train them. Excuse me. You can train them to hunt for you, to dig for you, to lay eggs for you, to do whatever, which is really cool. And actually, I think that could be a fun concept, not just for dinosaurs, but for other games.
Sure, yeah.
But he also mentioned that eventually, because it's not set in prehistoric times.
No, it's like a sci-fi weird,
which is
alternate
cool
kind of world.
I think that's cool. But he also mentioned that eventually they want to put like guns on T-Rexes. Oh my gosh, how cool would that be?
No, you need a
come
T-Rex
on.
with a giant gun on it.
Right, missile
need that.
launcher. How sweet would that be? I'd be down.
It's kind of like Far Cry Blood Dragon.
Oh, yeah, but you only got that for a little while.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. I love how you've played Far Cry, but you haven't played the other ones.
I've only played Blood Dragon.
But that's okay. It's a great
I love
game.
80s and sci-fi movies.
Speaking of that, did you get the email from it's like a boxer sim? Have you seen that?
No.
So yeah, we got sent a demo to play. It's like a boxer sim, but it's very 80s Rocky thing. It looks really sweet. And it's all 8-bit. Not 8-bit, it's like 16-bit.
Sure.
But yeah, I'll have to forward it to you, and we can download it. It said we could download it. So
Cool.
cool. So we still have 15 minutes, but I think we should do one more giveaway.
Okay.
And I was just thinking another open question. So basically, what we're gonna say. So we want you to say, who do you think won E3? Bethesda, Microsoft, Sony. Who do you think won E3? We'll be giving out free games, T-shirts, Persona 5, huge bag, like that's super cool. Also, Arthur has this really cool print of Sid Meier's Civilization Beyond. What is it?
Beyond Earth.
Beyond Earth. Which what's his face who called in? Maybe you want that. So go ahead and.
I was actually thinking that.
What?
That man, I can't remember his name.
Oh, was he on the chat?
Lauren.
Oh, Lauren. No, it wasn't Lauren. You keep getting Lauren confused with other callers.
Sorry, Lauren. I know I'm confused. You're the only name I remember.
But yeah, so who do you think won E3? Email us, Watson, WATSON, at jwattproductions.com. So that's JWAT, jwattproductions.com. Tell us who you think won E3, and we'll give you some free stuff. So totally. Totes.
So you know what I think we should talk about now.
What?
Well, first of all, yeah, definitely email us. But I think we should talk about VR.
All right, let's talk about VR.
It's kind of a big deal.
We got to play a few VR games.
We did, yeah.
My favorite that we played was Adrift.
I agree.
So that was for those who don't know about it, basically, well, they haven't really said much of a story, and we didn't play a story at all. We just explored this wreckage of space.
It looks like Gravity, the game.
Right, but it seemed a little more futuristic, because Gravity, the game, was pretty modern.
Sure.
But yeah, you're in this spacesuit, you have to collect oxygen, and you're basically flying through space. Floating is probably more.
Like a space station.
Yes, but the space station, parts of it have exploded. So you actually go out into space to go to other parts. So it was pretty sweet, and it felt super cool. Like, there was moments where I felt like I was actually floating. And, yeah, what did you think?
Well, I love... Like you said, it felt like you were kind of in space. And, like, I did backflips. And, like, my brain is like, uh-oh, you're doing a flip. You're doing a flip. And, like, I wasn't. But, like, it felt like it. It was weird. It was a cool experience. And it was cool to be able to, like, rotate in any direction. Just like you could in real space.
What was funny is like I even felt colder. I don't know if that was because of their booth. Maybe they did that. I don't think so. But that was really cool. I felt really cool.
Speaking of, forget it. The Walking Dead. We also. I'm trying to connect this. The segue sucked.
Speaking of VR.
Yeah, speaking of VR, Walking Dead. So we did this Walking Dead kind of VR demo. And it was cool because it felt like someone was really shaking our chair.
That's because there was.
That's what I was trying to say. It didn't work very well, but like it was fun. But they hand you a shotgun in real life. And you get in the game.
So tell them. Okay, so there's a game.
Yeah, it's a game.
Overkill's
it's a VR
The Walking
game.
Dead.
Yes.
I believe they're going to come out with a full thing or something eventually. At least that's what they're thinking. They have their own VR. Do you remember what the VR is called?
Yeah, it's their own headset called Star VR.
Yeah, which we can maybe have a whole other segment later on about VR because we have a few other things and headsets in general. But yeah, basically they put you in a wheelchair, like in real life. They put you in a wheelchair. They had 3 wheelchairs. Clever. Yeah, and because you were actually in a wheelchair in the game, and it was a very short game. But basically what you would do is you're in a hospital, you're in a zombie apocalypse, and you get wheeled around, which is it was also another clever way to not, you can't really move very well in VR. So that was kind of a clever way of
it's a smart
establishing it. Yeah, because there was times where I felt like I was moving, and I don't mean by the person behind me shaking me, but
it gives you a sensation of like, I guess it just tricks your mind into kind of thinking the things that are happening that you're seeing is actually happening.
Right, exactly.
So it's interesting.
So it was really cool, and then it was cool also is like, so then they handed you a shotgun, and actually you had a shotgun in your not a real shotgun, but you had a controller that was a shotgun.
Yeah, we shot real people.
But like it actually tracked where you moved it, and that was really cool. Like, and you shot and you shot the zombies, and whatever zombie you shot, like, it actually reacted and things like that. And so it was really cool. I think it was a fun game. I mean, wasn't my favorite VR, and yeah, it's just a demo, so we can't really say. But yeah, and I mean, there was a moment that I was scared. Like, it scared me a few times. I was hoping it was a little more scary.
I think it would have been better if we were in a quieter environment.
Maybe.
Because, like, when you're in a busy place with loud
and
people
talking, a whole bunch of people are looking at you.
You just know in the back of your mind that you're in a busy convention.
Yeah. Center. You need to get close up to this mic, Arthur.
Oh,
it's not picking you up.
So, yeah, that's kind of my thing with that. But
cool. Yeah. Awesome. So, anything else with E3?
Well, we should talk about what our favorite games were overall. Did we already talk about that?
A little bit. Super hot. I mean, Mad Max was fun. I really liked Ghost Recon. I played a swimming game. Remember? It was a swimming indie game. It's on Sony. It was on Sony's side. We talked about it. You swim throughout this lagoon, and you look. It's not like real. It's like it's an indie game. Super cool. You told me about it, so
that's funny.
I can't remember.
Oh, you're talking about the Abzul?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that was really fun.
The one's about the guys that made Journey.
Yeah. I played Street Fighter. I played the Naruto fighting game. That was cool.
Oh, I did play Mighty Number 9.
And you love that. You loved it.
It's kind of by the guy who made Mega Man, so
it feels very Mega Man-y.
Definitely. I played a game called Tearaway. Well, so Tearaway was a PS Vita game, but they've made a version for PS4. I think it's completely different. But what was cool about this game is so the entire world is made of paper, but if you slide your thumb on the trackpad on the controller, like you blow wind. So it was cool. So you jump around and then you'll blow down a wall so that it's collapsed, and then you jump on top of it, and then it springs back upward, or it just had some really cool, fun effects that like kind of was very interactive, and I liked it.
That's so cool, Arthur. That was probably really loud for everybody.
Sorry for Watson making everyone go deaf. But I'm not sure what you're looking for.
I was looking at the chat, seeing what's going
gotcha.
on.
Sorry.
Gaming Con should be fun, Lauren. I hope you.
No, that's way old. I scrolled back.
Well, but still, he said it.
If Lauren's still listening.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm confusing you with everyone, Lauren.
But yeah, so let's talk about the game we've been playing recently.
What game is that?
It's Batman.
Yeah, it is.
We've been playing Batman. I've been playing on PS4. Arthur's been playing on PC, everybody, and with not too much trouble.
Yeah, so, people are kind of complaining a lot about it.
I wonder why it's happening with some people. You'd think it'd happen with everybody.
It could be maybe it's people, with certain
hardware. You did just get a graphics card.
Yeah, I got a new graphics card, and it's a pretty powerful one. So maybe
tell the world what you got.
It's a GTX 970.
So take that out to dinner.
I'm definitely on the higher. I'm on the higher end as far as graphics cards. Mm-hmm. So maybe that's why I'm not having problems.
I see.
But I don't know for sure.
So, anyways, we haven't beaten the game. I'm very close.
I'm not even
this
close.
week. Well, but this weekend was my day off, or this weekend I have off. Arthur works, so I've had a little bit more time. So, yeah. So, what are your first impressions?
First of all, I love how they've progressed from Arkham Asylum to Arkham City to Arkham Knight. Like the game just feels more solid. Like just every little thing about the game got better. Like
absolutely.
I mean, without a doubt. And
the story is so good. Like, we can't ruin it. That's the thing.
You don't want to ruin it, no.
The story is probably one of the best things about it.
The villains are cool. We could say that.
Obviously. The villains are also way cool in this game.
And Scarecrow's the main villain. We could say that.
And, it was interesting to pick Scarecrow because in the other games, and I was talking to this about you, in the other games they kind of treat him as like a side character. Don't get me wrong. They are some of my favorite levels. Yeah. But, it's just weird that he was going to be the main character. But it worked out, and I understand why. But we can't say, because we don't want to spoil it for you. But it made sense. And, it's funny because, I was reading the reviews and, a lot of reviewers were like 10, 9.8, 9.5, 9.2, and then GameSpot's like 7, which really isn't a bad review.
No, it's not a bad score.
But still, they were like, the biggest reason why is they said that it feels like it forces you to use the Batmobile. Me, on the other hand, I love the Batmobile.
These poor GameSpot, they are forced to use one of the coolest things in the game. They were forced. Those poor guys. It's not.
I mean, yes, there's certain missions that require you to use it. But at the same time, if you're going to implement a new thing if they're going to put a Batmobile in there, why would they not have things for you to use? It has to be useful in some way,
And it is.
It is.
It's genuinely useful. You use it to solve puzzles. You use it to shoot at drones and stuff.
And the great thing about the game is you don't have to, let's say you're not a fan of the Batmobile. Okay, that's fine. You can still travel the world by using your grappling hook.
You can pretty much play the entire game minimally using the Batmobile, and but it's cool. So whatever they're talking about.
And I love how simple it is. You just push a button, it comes, you get in it, you drive away. It's
that's
so
the coolest
fun.
part. You're just so you go from the tallest building in Gotham, and then you dive down, press a button, go straight into the Batmobile.
Yeah, just like what we saw in all the cartoons and stuff like that.
It's pretty cool.
Super cool. So we definitely recommend it. We can't give it a full score until we beat the game. It's just something that you have to do.
I mean, I've loved every minute of it.
Yeah. So unless the ending is super ridiculous.
Bad ending.
Yeah. Unless the ending's super ridiculous, then
I don't think.
But I don't
think
so. It's vamping up to and it's been fun playing with Arthur because I'm a guy that spends, and I really shouldn't. I should be smart like Arthur, but I spend money. But no, it's true because I spend a lot of money, and sometimes I get disappointed because I'm a guy. I really want the newest game. I want to know the hype. I want to talk with people about the newest game. And Arthur, is fine with waiting until it's a little cheaper and plays the game. Now he got Batman with his new graphics card.
It was a way for me to cheat and still pre-order a game and not feel so bad.
Which
about
he got the graphics card, which he also got Batman and Witcher,
Yes.
which is awesome.
So it was a great deal.
Yeah, super good deal. And I should have done it. Well,
Whatever.
but what was cool is that we got to play it, we get to talk about it, and that's
Yeah, we
kinda
don't
nice.
get that as much. Most of the time, we're playing completely different games or whatever.
Right,
so.
right, and so we don't really
So,
get
it's
to
nice.
talk about it. So yeah, definitely check out Witcher if you haven't done that yet. And so
We only got a few more minutes.
we only got a few more minutes. I'll be really quick. Witcher's awesome. Continue. What other things do we have on here?
I mean, we kind of went over everything. One thing I just want to say one more time. I'm so excited for Doom. Like, I'm
Right.
just gonna say that. Like, that to me is what I've been waiting so long for.
Yeah.
Like, and I really think that they've got a great direction going for them, and so I think that's gonna be cool.
Yep.
That to me is kind of what won E3 for me
Yeah.
personally.
I mean, and I want to pick up Super Hot. I think they said it's going to come on Xbox One first, and then eventually PC. I really want to get Cuphead, although once again, I think I have to get Xbox One if I want it first, or PC. I mean, good job on Xbox. I mean, they've really kind of had disappointing things. They're moving forward, though.
I agree.
They're progressing.
They're
working on it. They're listening to people, and that's good. I am tempted to buy an Xbox One now, but I think I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait a little bit.
Even I'm tempted to get a console.
Yeah. And you would
mostly-
probably get Sony, though.
Yeah,
I would
I'm more
assume.
into Sony, and Uncharted 4 is the big reason.
Gotcha.
But also Horizon Zero Dawn. But man, Recore, that new game that was announced on Microsoft, that makes me want to get an Xbox.
Cool. Yeah, I mean that's a good point. So, yeah, I have a PS4, I have a Wii U. I mean, I just need an Xbox One, and I have a PC, and I just need an Xbox One.
It's a good time to be a gamer. That's
It
all I
really
have to
is.
say.
It really is. We're not going to be bored by any means.
No.
I mean, as soon as I'm done with Batman, and believe me, it'll take me a little while to get back with Batman, I'm going to go with Witcher. Well, we're running out of time. Pat, it's been
Guys,
awesome.
thanks for being
Thank
here.
you so
Well,
much.
thank
I
you.
kept
letting
quiet tonight. My voice is wiped out.
Yeah.
And every look forward to it every time, and all the effort and time you put into it. And again,
Yep.
next week, 4th of July, happy holiday to everybody.
Happy
We will not
holiday.
be here live, but we'll be here on the 11th. So from Arthur, Alex, and Pat,
Love you.
good night. Take care.
Yeah. Thank you guys for listening.